Another day. Another beautiful day. You know, sometimes life takes us back to some places. Maybe for different reasons, but to me, today, I don't even know the reason, but I have a feeling that I might know. Well, what happened today? Today, I went back after, 6 months. I went back to a place where I worked for some time, for a few years. And in this place, things happened that literally started this journey for me. And it hit me, obviously. Feelings are happening right now. And that might be the reason actually why, I suppose God sent me back. Maybe to see, so I can see how much I've changed, how much I moved on. Fucking discomfort. Because, moment I came there, or even before, the moment I was setting up this thing that I needed to go there, I just needed to deal with some stuff, just some papers. The funny thing is, actually, before I even started this, I had those papers. I had those papers home, but like a month or 2 months ago, in April, I was cleaning. I was really, really cleaning deeply, like really effectively. And, well, those papers just, disappeared. Some thief came into my flat, and only thing he stole was those papers, obviously. So I just had to set it up. Set it up. Set it up, the meeting with the personal, people there in the company I worked, to make me a copy of those papers once again. Because, oops, I forgot. And so I did. And at that point, even at that point of setting up that meeting, I already felt, like that little, disturbance. Those little like, ooh, dude, you're going back to that place. You're setting up something in that place. Something, emotions are starting to, stir. But, I've set it up like a week ago, and it was fine, until today, of course, obviously. And today happened, and I went there, and just going there, just to go to that part of town that normally, because it's literally in the end of the town, in the one end of the town, I don't really walk there, because there's no reason to. There's nothing there really. There's just few companies there. One of those, this one, the one I worked at, and so I went, and just on the walk there, I already started to feel that, like, I don't know exactly what. I don't think it was some kind of anxiety or nervousness. It was just literally like, I don't know, some type of emotion. Like, the combination, like some kind of cocktail of emotions. A little bit of pain, a little bit of sadness, a little bit of, like the feeling of loss, a little bit of loneliness, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but yeah, it's still hitting me, but it's fine. It's gonna be fine. So I went there, and actually I was myself. I was fully myself, like I am now these days, and with the woman that, you know, the personal, how it's called, I guess, personal. She obviously she started to talk to me like, oh, do you want to come back? You know, we need, you know, in your position somebody, you know, just come back. You know, like, you know, typical personal, or like, I don't know how it's called exactly, the department that hires people and tends to things like that. And so of course, you know, I had to listen to that for 5 minutes, but then she gave me the papers, you know, and I was just joking with her, you know, just actually surprising, you know, well, not surprised, but I was, you know, energy within me and how I talk to people now, it's so different. Holy shit, it's so different than before, and it's so natural. It's so like, it flows so freely. It flows just so. I just know what to say. I know how to make a joke. I know how to just. I know how, and it's beautiful. So yeah, I did those papers, but when I was leaving, you know, I just felt again like that hit, like that energy hit, because, well, the main reason was a woman at that work, of course, that I've met there, you know, when I worked there, and well, today she was there. At the moment I was there, I mean, we haven't met. She doesn't even know I was there, of course, but still, just because of her presence there, you know, and that old energy and that old, all those feelings, all that, well, pain, all that sadness, all that, what happened, of course it came back to me. Like I said, life gives us, God gives us these moments for a reason. And I suppose my reason today was so I can see how much I've grown up, how much I moved with my life, how much, not necessarily got better, but, well, in a way I did, of course, but how much I've changed, how much I've, well, grown. And what I'm trying to say with this, I don't even know. I just want to talk. But right now this came to my mind, and it's just being grateful, really. It's being grateful for experiences like that in our life, even though they are painful, even though they are, you know, they're not happy simply, you know, they bring all those emotions. But that's the thing, that's their point. They are happening in our lives because they are supposed to teach us something. They are supposed to happen so we became some way or another stronger. So we, you know, when next time something like that happens in our lives, we will know better how to deal with that thing, how to not get burned, not get in that pain, not to get, you know, in all those things, all those feelings. So it doesn't happen again. So it's necessary to happen in order, you know, simply to get better. And that's why I'm grateful that it happened, because things I learned with her, you know, and what she gave me, she literally opened my heart. She showed me that I'm capable of opening myself, of actually, loving somebody and being loved by somebody, and how it feels, and all those feelings and emotions around it, and everything. It's a long talk. Maybe one day I will talk about it, but we'll see. But the main thing is that we should be grateful for these things. In these days, on this path, whenever these things happen, or like they come back in some way, like maybe in a memory, maybe literally when you go somewhere to a place that brings back some pain, or all that, again, be grateful, because it's another beautiful opportunity where you can go through these feelings, through these emotions. And on this path, it will literally push you not to put those feelings aside, those emotions, not to stop them, not to try to stop them, not to try to discard them, or just like postpone them, like don't think about. No. You need to really go deep with this. Whenever this happens, this happens in your life, especially on this path, because when you can fully feel these emotions, like me today, I felt it. And what I didn't just like, oh, it's gonna be fine, I'm gonna just be sad for a few days. No. I know what kind of emotions will happen, or are already happening. And all I did today was going to the gym, because on Fridays I go to the gym as usually. Today I really pushed it in the gym, and I was really able to push it really hard, because I had this cocktail of emotions in me, or still do. I was a little bit angry, I was a little bit in pain, a little bit sad, a little bit lonely, a little bit this. Holy shit. Even holding the phone with my hand, I can feel my hand. And my hands were literally shaking when I was leaving the gym today. But that's one part. That's just one of the bonuses of these moments. You can just use them, especially as a man, physically, just use them to your advantage. Once again, another beautiful thing, another beautiful moment you can use to your advantage. And then I went for a walk, like I always do after the gym. And I went, of course, to my favorite park. And because it's already past 8, it's closed, so probably no people left, because, well, it's closed. And I just, know the way how to get in. So I'm here. I'm just chilling by the tree, getting sucked dry, by those fucking insects. But oh well. Back to the point. I was just sitting here for some time, and just fully, once again, fully get into that, pain, get into that emotion or emotions. Fully feel them, fully in your mind, in your body. Really think about it, feel it, go through it. And most of these things or moments, when it happens, more or less, or mostly, if not always, they will also have some kind of physical, like, you will also feel some kind of physical disturbance in your body during those. To me, it was mostly like the belly part, like a little below stomach, like literally in the middle of the belly, below stomach, I just felt this feeling, like, to what would I compare it? It's like that feeling when you just, I think the best thing to compare it to might be maybe not all of you, but maybe when you were a child, you know, or maybe even now when you are adult, and you go to, for example, to a doctor or to a dentist, and you are like this kind of like, oh no, you know, they're gonna hurt me, you know, it's gonna hurt, you know, I'm gonna be in pain, you know, that kind of feeling, like being worried, being scared, being like a little bit, maybe a little bit nervous, combination, you know. And then I also felt, well, when I was there, and right now when I was going through those emotions once again, I felt a little pressure on my chest, and you know, my heart, and my heart got a little faster before, even now, you know, a little faster, boom boom. But that's the thing. To me, before, like I said before, I would just skip this. I would just postpone it. I would just put it away. I would just try to avoid these feelings, avoid these emotions, avoid that pain. But now, I will go through with it. I will go through. I will stand and face it. You know, that's the thing. On this path, as a man, face it. Face your pain. Face your suffering. It's so much better to do that. To do so, you know, because, like I said, it's gonna, when you get through, it's gonna uplift you like nothing else. And during that process of dealing with it, use that emotion, use those emotions to your advantage. Like, recognize what kind of emotion it is, recognize what you can deal with, what you can gain with those emotions. You know, like, to me, like I said today, it was like a cocktail of emotions, but still, I don't care. You know, I just went to the gym, and I just literally, I was going for an hour. I barely even like rested. Holy shit! Wow. I'm gonna feel it for a few days, I suppose, today. After today, well, that's okay. So yeah, be grateful. Once again, be grateful for whatever happens in your life. Be grateful for moments when it hits you, and don't try to skip it. Don't try to avoid it. When it comes to your life, when it happens, when you feel it, that some feelings happening, don't, actually, don't skip them. Don't let them go. Just use it. Take it. Just, oh yes, emotions. Oh yay, I can take advantage of it. Like, think about it as again. I can't help it. I have to do it. Think about it as a dungeon. As a boss fight. You come in. You clear. There's a deer running. Yeah. You go to the dungeon, and you're fighting the boss, and the boss, just keeps throwing spells on you and just debuffs. Have a debuff of sadness, have a debuff of of pain, has a this, but you're still fighting. You're not giving up. You're still going. You're actually getting, you buff yourself up. You push some cooldowns, some damage cooldowns, and you go head on. Just and you fight, and you defeat that boss. And after some time, when you defeat that boss, you get that loot. And the loot might be getting stronger physically, getting stronger mentally, getting this advantage, that advantage, simply growing. You will grow more spiritually, mentally, physically, every way. And you get the loot, and you maybe get a level up, you maybe get some points you can choose to, put in your skill points, every time this happens and you win, it's literally, it's a game, it's an RPG, this life, you know, just so play the game of life. Yeah. Beautiful day. Well, I guess that's all I have to say. There's probably more, but you know, just doesn't come to my mind anymore. But I have one more thing to say, but I guess I'm gonna talk about it next time. So yeah, until next time then.